Alright, so a bit of a story time for you here. How I stopped smoking. Well, it's pretty easy. I stopped people striking matches and setting me on fire, or getting the lighter out and set me on fire. And that's how I stopped smoking. Who say? There's no smoke without fire. That's the whole thing. You got to cut the fire out. Because without that fire, there's no smoke. No smoking. No, on a serious, serious note. Man, I want to get into the full story, but when I was young, around about 5, 6 years old, I met some kids that were a little bit older than me on this bit of wasteland, and they said, "Hey," I might have told this story before on YouTube, but I said, "Hey, do you smoke?" I'm like, "No, I don't." "Well, you can't be in our gang if you don't smoke." And I'm not going to mention the names. And I said, "Do your dad smoke or your mum smoke?" I said, "My dad does." "Well, go get some cigarettes then." So off I go home, and father is asleep on the couch, and his cigarettes are on the mantelpiece. Park Drives, no tips. Oh, they were rough, let me tell you. No filter, what I mean by tips. So I go and get like 4 out of the packet, along with a few matches, and run back and go, "Hey, here you go. Here, give this guy." Was like, I think it was like 3, going on 4 years older than me, and the other guy was like maybe 2, something like that. Anyway, give him the cigarettes, and puts one in his mouth, and he hands one to the other kid, and he strikes a match, and he lights it up, and "Thanks, kid." And the other guy lights his up and does the same, and like, and then they said, "Come on, you've got to smoke." And I'm like, "No, I don't want to." And they're like, "Well, if you want to be in our gang, you've got to smoke. So here," and take it and put it in my mouth, and lights the match, and I light the cigarette, and lo and behold, here we are, 5 or 6 year olds smoking cigarettes. And I come home from school, and I'd run up there to this piece of wasteland, and I'd be looking for these guys. Sometimes they'd be there, sometimes they'd not, and I'd bring cigarettes sometimes, and sometimes I didn't bring cigarettes because my father was asleep on the couch. He wasn't asleep on the couch, sorry, he wasn't asleep, so I couldn't get them. Anyway, so on and off for years I smoked, and this don't ever start smoking, because it's bad for you. I'm the worst anti-smoker that you could ever meet. It's one of the worst things you can do. And the addiction is not just only mental; it's physical too, because it's hard. It's hard to quit. It's hard to quit smoking. So don't ever start smoking. But some people say, "Well, I like smoking. It calms my nerves," and all this garbage. Not me. All I got was broke from it. It's a waste of money too. It's a waste of money. It's bad for your health. It's not good. You stink. You smell like a rotten ashtray. So anyway, yeah. So for years, on and off, I smoked. I didn't smoke. Through junior school, I had my few, periods of time where I would smoke cigarettes, and then not smoke. And then when I got into comprehensive school, started smoking again, and It's on and off smoking, hanging around with people that smoke, hanging around with people that don't smoke, you know. And I don't know, when I got sick, I seemed to be sick for like 2 weeks to a month. And I'm like, so when I quit smoking, and then if I got sick, you know, got like the flu or a cold, and if I wasn't smoking, I'd be over it within like no more than a week. But like when I smoked, it lasts, you know, sickness would last for ages. So, you know, I've gotta stop smoking. Anyway, I think it was when I was around about 23, I think it was. I quit. I tried quitting before. The worst thing to do if you want to smoke is the worst thing to do is to go out drinking and socializing with people that smoke, because it's problematic, because they're offering you cigarettes and you smell it, you know. And if you hang around people that smoke, sometimes you smell it, especially when somebody lights it up. That you know, especially if they're lighting with a match, that smell of phosphorus or whatever it is that they put on matches to make them ignite, that combined with the cigarette, that first initial smell, it's like you want to snatch the sucker out of the mouth and put it in yours. Just don't do it. It's bad. It's not good for you. It's not good at all. So anyway, yeah, like I quit for 10 years. I quit for 10 years. Quit smoking for 10 years. And then, like an idiot, I started smoking again. I don't know why. I guess it was with somebody that smoked a lot, and I started smoking. And but it didn't last long, I'll tell you. It lasted for like 6 months, 8 months. I smoked for 8 months, and I'm like, why am I doing this? I stopped this for 10 years. And they say, you know, if you got it beat for 10 years, if you've stopped for 10 years, you know you've got it beat. You don't, you know, it's out of your system. You don't need to. But again, you know, it was there, and I quit. I quit again for another 10 years. 10 years. And then I started again. Oh gosh, I started again. I think I smoked for like 1.5 years, 2 years, something like that. But then I quit. And I am not going back to Marlboro Country. I'm telling you now, I'm not going back to Marlboro Country. No, cigarettes is bad. I think, you know, I don't know. Maybe it was cigarettes that messed up my metabolism. I know that once I quit smoking that first time, not that I wasn't, you know, fat, but I put on a crap load of weight. When I stopped smoking. And so, yeah, just don't do it, kids. It's bad. It's bad for you. It's bad for your system. It really is. And I don't condone it. It's the worst. It's the worst thing that anybody could do. Smoke. You know, it gives you health. I'm quite sure I have health problems because of it. And so that's why I don't do it. I'm not going to do it anymore. Like I say, I'm not going back to Marlboro Country. No siree, not me. I ain't going back there. So, anyway, I'd appreciate it if you stick a like on this, share it with your friends. Anyway, the conclusion is go cold turkey. Go cold turkey. You know, a few days, you get over it, and then a week or two, it's out of your system. But cold turkey. You know, Nicorettes, all this crap, all this stuff that they're trying to push you to take for smoking, that's just, you're just carrying it on. Just carrying on. Cold turkey all the way. That's That's what I did. And so, yeah. Anyway, again, put a like on this, share this video, let somebody know. You know, this is how James stopped smoking. He stopped people striking matches and putting them to his clothes. Leave your comments down below. Thank you. Take care. Peace. Be well, and all that fandangle stuff. And I hope I don't get hit by the YouTube bot on this one. Man, that YouTube bot's not very friendly these days. Take care now. Peace. Bye.